I'm just gonna speak freely. This is no.
Please do, yeah.
I'm just
please do.
To try to put it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
And don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
You kind of come off like a.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Do You Accept This Rose?
We did not do one last week because
Yeah, it was on Thursday because the election was on Tuesday, so we got pushed to Thursday.
but the good thing is that you really didn't miss much, so we're just gonna quickly wrap that up and then jump into when the show basically actually starts 5 weeks in.
Yes. Chris Harrison's like, we can't keep doing this. You either go with him or you get kicked off.
That's true, because she wasn't even like, she didn't even bring up like ending the show.
He went in and was like, Claire, we're either ending the show or we're ending you.
But like, this season sucks.
Yeah. Well, they apparently had Tayshia like just waiting. She was already quarantining.
Like for how long?
I
Since
think-
like the first week?
I think well, they were only in there for 9 days. I think once night one, I think they literally had her like.
So Claire and Dale met and fell in love within 9 days, not 2 weeks.
I think it was like, yeah, I think it was
Oh
9.
my god.
I think it was literally like 9 days. But yes, they end up together. Essentially, Dale, they're like, okay, Dale, it's time for you to propose. He's like, what did I get myself into? He proposes to Claire. And yeah.
One more thing. Dale, you accept this rose?
I will accept the final rose.
My final rose.
Here it is.
And then, like, kind of the only other, like, notable thing is, so Chris Harrison tells all the other guys, like, hey, there's not going to be a cocktail party tonight, or a rose ceremony tonight. Claire then goes in and tells them, like, hey, I fell in love with Dale. I'm going to go with him. Our season's over.
And I feel like most of them handled it really well. Like Ivan, this is like the first time he speaks on the show, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's really brave of you to like admit this to us, and like, I wish you the best. And then Blake, who's like a monster, is just like,
I really hope that you make the right decision because like this is so sketchy.
she's like, cool, I don't care.
Yeah. But anyway, so the transition is Chris Harrison's essentially like, if you guys can get over the fact that you were just with Claire, we're going to bring in someone else. But didn't tell them who. So all the guys end up showing up, and then Tayshia ends up walking through. And that's kind of how week 4 ends. It's just, you don't really see the reaction to Tayshia. Tayshia's just going to open the door.
And then week 5 picks up literally the same second. As soon as she walks in, I think there's like 2 minutes of the episode is just them being like, oh my god!
They're like, she's so much better than
Yeah,
Claire.
like so many of them are straight up just like, she's way more my type and she's younger and she's hot. And it's like, sorry Claire, I hope Claire doesn't watch this episode.
I feel like she's gonna. Tay's just like, okay, like, thank you. Like, I don't want to be your second choice. I'm really excited to be here, whatever. And then this made me cackle hysterically. You know how normally someone steals her away?
Yes, I know what you're gonna say.
They all, like, literally, like, all of them are like, whereas, like, for Claire, everyone's like, you can take her. I don't want her. You got it. So, yeah, so she has some, like, pretty good conversations. It's like, I feel like I'm actually, like, this is the first time I'm actually meeting half of the guys.
Ivan, again, is the first one, I think, who gets her. He gets her, steals her away. And he's so sweet and, like, adorable, and they really hit it off.
Her and Brendan hit it off. He's wearing a turtleneck. She's like, it takes a good guy to wear a turtleneck with a suit.
Chris Harrison comes and interrupts Brendan's time with her and is like,
everything is about to change.
But what ends up happening is 4 more guys come out. Okay, so 4 more guys come out. And I think they only chose 4 because typically you have 20 guys going into, like, night 1. Sometimes it's been 30 recently, but it's usually only 20 guys. So the 4 new guys come in. The old guys are, like, not vibing whatsoever. They're like, you were not here for the first 9 days.
yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Who is this guy? Is that Brandon?
Hope you guys are ready for a few more.
What's up?
Spencer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
So which one of you guys scared away Claire?
The person you're looking for is not here.
Jeez.
The 16 guys like have a very strange, like borderline, like toxic, almost like, oh, the show like owes us. Like we deserve her because like we were here when Claire was here.
Yeah.
And it's like, no you don't. 4 guys isn't even a lot.
No.
Like she might want the option of like they didn't even meet Claire.
2 of them are from Massachusetts, so that's kind of cool.
Yes, and so is Brendan.
Oh, really?
He's from Milford.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go like creep on their hometown.
We do our own hometown episode.
Brendan, if you get to hometowns, we're going to Milford. I actually think there's a new donut shop in Milford that looked really like gourmet donuts.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Milford.
Even if you
Yeah.
doesn't, hometown dates will be in Milford.
Get this show a little more viewers and maybe he'll come on.
Or the donut shop will sponsor us.
Yeah, true.
Either or. You know.
So anyways, 4 new guys come, one of which is Spencer, who when he first stepped out, I was like, oh, he's cute. He's very like snarky.
Yeah.
But she's like, ooh, he's hot, and he steals her away like immediately.
How dare you? You just got here. We haven't even had the chance to talk to her. Like, why do you get together?
And I'm like, again, like, shoot your shot. I totally get though, like seeing how they think the show owes them something. But I think that's just a couple guys. Once they leave, it'll just, like Blake, go. First impression rose to Spencer. I'm indifferent about him. I don't hate him, but I definitely don't like him. I would like to see more of him after this first, like, time seeing him.
Like, I think he's annoying, but the show definitely, I'm like, they could just be trying to make you think that he's the worst.
The way they edit it to, like, The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they literally edit to make you, like, think a certain way about people.
So I guess take everything that you see on this show with, like, a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the first group date, which is Blake, Riley, Zach, Jordan, Noah, Peter, Kenny, Jay, Easy, and Spencer. Because everyone gets a date this week. They, like, said that.
Yeah.
Because she's so nice.
And also to note, the rose ceremony on night 1 got canceled.
Because she's the best.
Yeah, she basically was like, I don't know enough about you. I'm gonna get a date with everyone, and then I'll send people home. So yeah, so they go, all these people go on a date.
And they play splash ball, which is just basketball but in the pool. And I'm starting to think that Chris Harrison has like a thing for seeing these men in like small Speedos, because once again he's like, all right, guys, go get in your little tiny swim Speedos and meet us back out of the pool. The winning team gets to like
more time with her.
Yeah, it's like have lunch, but she was like, oh, but the losing team gets to come back. Is that like common? Like she let them come back.
I think you can do whatever you want.
That's so nice of her.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
Yeah, she just like really wants everyone included. Is this like the strip dodgeball again or no? Is it different? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they always in like these tight? I get it's like that's the nature of the show, but like, can't they just wear their own bathing suit and just like live their life?
The good thing about this compared to the dodgeball is going into it, like they kind of knew like from the beginning, like, okay, you guys are wearing Speedos. And I feel like part of it might just be like, it's fun, it's embarrassing, maybe she wants to see like, okay, how do certain guys like handle it? Yeah. Like if one of them was like Yosef and was like, no, like obviously she'd want to know that.
Well, she was also in a bikini too, so I guess it's like I guess the difference is here is like she's willing to do the same thing.
Yeah, and the way that they edited her coming out of the pool.
But yeah, so they play this game. The one team wins. The one team gets the barbecue with her. Did they even show it?
No, they didn't. They skip right over the lunch and go right to the nighttime portion when the other team comes back.
Yeah. So they have like these nighttime discussions.
Yeah.
Spencer was like, I really appreciate to Tayshia. She was like, he goes, I really appreciate you like coming check in on me, like when I was bleeding, because she brought him like an ice pack too. Mm-hmm. And was like, here, like, for your lips. So that was sweet. Like, she's, like, thoughtful like that.
She is. And
you know? Like, that wasn't, like, a producer thing. That was, like, her wanting to give him that. So, like, she's thoughtful.
And it's, like, a good thing. She's, like, a little awkward.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Like, sometimes I don't think she knows what to say.
Yeah.
But that's just so real, because what would you say to someone on a first date that you just met?
Yeah.
Like, she always goes to the, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Like, why are you single? And I'm like, but honestly, good questions.
The thing I like about this too is like a lot of the guys don't know anything about her either. So like when they were literally like, oh, like what do you do? Like asking her, like the one guy was like, so what do you do for a living?
Mm-hmm.
She's an influencer is what she is. Although
Yeah.
my dad looked it up and said like she does stuff with like real estate and she has like a bunch of like smaller little businesses as well. She used to be a phlebotomist though.
A smart queen.
Yes.
She's perfect.
Overall, loving her. Loving her.
Obsessed with her. Back to the cocktail, not the cocktail, the nighttime date.
What else happens?
That's when she talks to Zach. He's like 36.
Yeah.
She like leaned right in. They kiss.
Yeah.
And she's like really liking him. Oh, she talks to Easy.
Oh.
We've never seen Easy with on a date either.
Easy's so cute. Easy gets the group date rose.
He does.
So cute.
Really?
He was like so happy. I liked them too. Yeah, so Easy gets a group date rose. The only thing that happens like in between this and the next date is what's his face? Jason.
Who
He
was-
was the guy that went on like the date where she burned her dress.
Yeah, and did like group therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, which honestly that'll mess you up.
He's like, oh, I'm still in love with Claire. And at first I was like, dude, grow up. You had one date with
Yeah.
her. But then I was like, if someone pulled all of your like darkest secrets out of you and shared like her own, you probably would fall in love with them.
When it gets to it, he's like, my head's not here, whatever. So he ends up going to see Tayshia and is like, hey, I have to go home. And she like is pissed that he's going home because she was like, he literally is like expressing things as like a grown-up adult man and he knows where his feelings are. He's not afraid to admit them. Like was making some really good points and she's like, I really wish I could have gotten to know him because like that's who I'm looking for, someone that's like not afraid to say how they feel and is like grown up and mature and all this kind of stuff.
And he's just like, no, like seriously, I want to be fair to you. So like very mature of him too.
Yeah.
They have a nice little hug and then he
cute.
leaves.
Kudos to both of them for like how they handled it.
So good luck, Jason. I hope you meet someone good.
Yeah, I know. He was nice. He was sweet.
So then we go to the one-on-one date, which is with, I don't know.
Wait. I just like. Grade 1. Were you like okay when you wrote this?
I read an article and they kept spelling it that way, so I thought maybe like it wasn't Brendan and like it was
Grade.
please pretend it says Brendan. It's just Brendan. Oh no. The one-on-one date is with Brendan.
I wasn't surprised, but I was like, out of all the guys, I wouldn't have expected.
He's very quiet,
Yeah.
but maybe that's why.
She shows up on a horse, and they go like horseback riding around. You know, it's not La Quinta Inn.
It's a resort,
Oh
right?
no. It's fine. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
I'll make
Are you
it through.
sure?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be hiccuping, but I'll be fine.
All the guys see them ride off.
And he's like, I want to kiss you. Which.
I want to kiss y'all.
2 different horses.
Yeah.
How in the world? And they're both wearing hats with like the widest brim.
They are further than we are right now.
I don't want to kiss her.
Chris Harrison was the one that interrupted him to be like, hey, there's 4 more guys coming. So he was already interrupted by Chris Harrison. So then Chris Harrison, like, in this date was like, ooh, it'd be funny if I interrupted him again.
Like every 5 minutes.
So he, like, brought them, like, drinks. He brought them ice cream, like, coconut milk, whatever they wanted. And Brendan was like, I can't.
Yeah.
He was like, please, leave us alone. Then they end up getting off the horses.
They swim a little bit. She's loving the pools.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
finally,
there's, like, so many pools.
you're surrounded by them, like use them.
Yeah, and they end up kissing in the pool, which was cute.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Then they have dinner, and he's like, we didn't know this. He's like, oh, I need to tell her that I used to be married, and I'm afraid that she's gonna kick me off.
He's like, I've already been divorced once. I don't want her to, like, he didn't want her to think that he had all this baggage.
So he tells her, and he's like, it wasn't because of anything bad.
I think they probably just, like, grew apart.
So he tells her that, and he's so nervous. And then she's like, actually, I have almost the same exact story. Her and her husband did split on, like, bad terms. Not because of her, because of him.
But she was basically like, I know where you are, I know where you're coming from.
So then they go to this little fireworks show and they're like hugging and kissing. And she's like, I could see him as my husband.
I don't see like any red flags with him. I really like him.
Yeah. Oh, she gives him the rose.
Obviously, yeah.
That's pretty much the end of this episode. And we get a preview for next week. They're saying that drama's starting. All the drama they show kind of looks stupid.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, like, who do you hate? Who do you love? Who do you think actually has a shot?
Okay, so I really vibe with Brendan, obviously. Braydon.
Braydon.
Easy. Zach. How about you?
I also like same three, Brendan, Easy, Zach. I like Ivan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you're vibing with Ivan.
Yeah, he seems very sweet. And like, I just like Bennett because he's funny.
Oh yes, Bennett, love
Yes.
him. Like, he lifts her up even when she's not in the room, you know? He was like, she is so charismatic and smart and funny and like strong and all this kind of stuff, and she's not even there. And I'm like, that's the kind of person you want to be with. Someone
Good
that's
call.
like building you up when you're not even there. He would know how to treat a woman.
Yeah. I did like Riley. Now he seems a little aggressive.
Who's the one with the tattoos?
Kenny.
Kenny, I don't. You know who he reminds me of? Did you ever watch Prison Break?
Yes. Does he remind you of the creepy guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. He also reminds me of the guy who plays the lead in the newest Footloose.
Yes. I was vibing with him and now I'm not so much. I don't know, I'm excited. I think this is like really like a breath of fresh air. Like, Claire leaving was the best thing that could have happened, so. Maybe what we can start doing on this board is writing down like our top, like who we think's gonna get to hometowns. So after next week, let's do that.
Okay.
Like before next week, but after watching the episode.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.